it. Sorry. I got it. Oh, good Lord. God, sorry, guys. Let me see if it just you now. Okay. All right, guys. So we are here from the Trinity Bridge. Yes, fine. We've had nothing but technical issues out here. Every time I went to set this up, it's just been one night. Oh, thank you. God bless you. I appreciate that. I'm running right now on 2 different stations. Let me get you guys flipped around here so you can see where we are here. It's nice to see everybody. Hello. Get this switched around. So where we are at right now is at the dam. This is on the other side of the Trinity. The Trinity Bridge is blocked off, and that is the best way I can get you. I know it's a little blurry for everybody out there, but we have no internet out here. So I'm running off a hot box on 3G. You guys are getting 3G, okay? It's the best you guys are going to get. I love each and every one of you. That's why we are doing this. Audrii Cunningham is an 11-year-old girl that went missing on February 15th at 7 a.m. It is believed that her father's roommate, Don Stephen McDougal, goes by Stephen McDougal, is responsible for this. Guys, there is some major information that we have learned about this case, okay? This is breaking information that you may have heard about it, but it has been corroborated. Stephen McDougal tried to sell a set of barbell weights the day that Audrii went missing. I had an opportunity to review that image, and a 25-pound barbell weight is missing. It's nice to see everybody. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what time it is. It is now officially afternoon, I think, for at least some parts of the United States. It's nice to see everybody here. We are covering the case of Audrii Cunningham, 11-year-old missing girl, and we are out here at location. There were why are we back out here? A few reasons, because when we're boots on the ground, guess what? We don't get shit wrong. As soon as we leave and people start popping off with that stupid misinformation just to screw with everybody, guess what? I come back out here so everybody gets the right information out here and not screwed with by these animals, these assholes on these social media platforms. We say no to online bullying. We say no to interjecting into criminal investigations. Bullshit. Okay? Shame on everybody out there that was doing and spreading false misinformation about this case, intentionally thwarting the people trying to get the information out there to the public. Shame on you. I'm sick and tired of dealing with this from animals on YouTube and other social media platforms such as TikTok that intentionally do this shit for clicks and views. Okay? If you want to start talking about it and you want to speculate, tell the people you are speculating. Acting like it's true information because you thought it in your brain doesn't make it so. People don't always like Bullhorn Betty because I tell it like it is, and I'm telling everybody like it is. Stop with the BS. These are real people's lives, these are real cases, and this is real information that we are trying to get out to the public related to a missing 11-year-old child. And I understand that for some people out there, some monsters out there, they don't really care about justice for this little girl. Well, I hate to tell you, and I hate to burst your bubble, the people watching this right now do care about that little girl. Chronicles of Olivia, sitting down there trying to make sure all this stuff gets out to you with great information, loves that little girl. And I can tell you, sitting here, I am one angry and hot mama over this little girl and over the danger that she was subjected to. Okay? I feel very, very, very bad for her family. I really do. Let me be very clear on that. I feel very, very bad for her family. But her family put her in jeopardy. Not only her mother with the drugs, but her father putting that animal in that house with her. This should have never happened. There's a lot of blame to go around, but now's not the time or the place. So I just want to make sure everybody knows we will not be addressing that in chat or on these lives. That is the one and done statement Bullhorn Betty has related to the situation. They do deserve their privacy. I am absolutely confident they did not expect this to happen. But again, this is why you protect your children at all costs, and don't let them around people that has swastika tattoos all over them from head to toe, and leave your daughter alone with someone like that. You cannot trust people this day and age. We live in a different society, in a different place, and we just have to be extra cautious when it comes to our babies. This man was working, he was trying to do the right thing, and he trusted the wrong person, and look where we're at right now. We have to start looking at the people we introduce to our children. If you've got problems, you know, I'm not the one to judge. Everybody knows my history, and I will tell you, if you want to party and you want to have a good time, you take that shit elsewhere, not around your children, and you do not bring those animals into your home. That is the best way you can end up like this. Keep that stuff separate, okay? I'm not going to judge you for what you're doing, but just keep it away from your children, okay? That's all I'm going to ask of you. Keep it away from your children, and don't let those type of people around your children. So the update right now is we have some, well, we're doing some sleuthing, and of course there's other people doing some sleuthing. So Stephen McDougall's marketplace images of trying to get rid of those barbells was a shocker for me. And I made Olivia send it over to me, and I looked at it, and as soon as I looked at it, I realized there's a 25-pound bell, you know, round circle. You know, these are your barbells, okay? You put the little circle weights on the ends, right? We all know what a barbell is. Well, you know how they have like 2, 5, 10, 15, or is it, what is it, 5, 10, 15, or 10, I think, I can't remember, but anyways, it's 15 and 25. They skipped 20 for some reason. So I think he had a 5, a 10, a 15, and 25. He had 2 sets, because obviously a barbell, you put them on both ends, right? So he has 2 sets of every single size except the 25-pound weight. The 25-pound weight, he only had one. Only one. And he tried to sell it that day, the day that she disappeared. So I have reason to believe. Now, again, this is my, let me show all these creators how to do it. This is my opinion, okay? This is my perspective based on what I saw and the relevant information I seen, right? So I'm assuming, that doesn't make it true, it makes it Bullhorn Betty's assumption that it is possible that that 25-pound weight is, and possibly with, Audrii Cunningham, okay? Does that make it true? Not necessarily, but that's where we're at. The helicopter was here. If you guys haven't watched the video, we just did a video, dropped a video before we did this live, and on the TikTok, and it shows the helicopter images. We actually, right across there where you're looking at right now, a helicopter was seated, and while we were here surveilling the area, it put its started its propellers and ended up going up into the sky, and it's flying around here. So when we got here, it was grounded. When we started taking, not that they even know or paying attention to us, it's just one of those coincidences that happened while we were here, you know, here on this this part of the, I don't even know what this is. I guess this is a lake, and we're on one side of it, and you're looking at the opposite side. Right there is the dam. If you see the, let me, for you guys can't see that. Hold on, I'm gonna turn you guys just ever so slightly. That is the dam right there, okay? And they're starting some back here. This place has been CERT agents are right back there. And then you come right around here, and this is kind of where they've been working. We just haven't noticed it because we've been on the front side of it. Thank you, Summy. It's great to see you. So that's kind of a preview of the area here. The dam is the most concerning because obviously it has a lot of flow. I can tell you we've been out for that when we came here. This area, this dam here, this side of the lake is much drier. The water has been reduced quite significantly since we were here 2 days ago. And as you see directly across there, that where you see this yellow or this dam right over here, all right there, that's just trash. That is just straight trash right there. But one of the weirdest things, when Olivia and I first pulled up to this location, we had a massive, and I'm going to put together a video, I'm talking about a massive amount of birds that just started dancing. I don't know how to describe it other than dancing in the air. It was eerie, it was creepy, and it was almost poetically beautiful in a way, but also tragically sad, seeing those birds so free and flapping their wings and doing this almost dance in the air. And I just felt this sadness come over me, and I can't describe how this is making me personally feel, you know, taking all of this energy in being out here. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy here, it's really, it's sad but hopeful, but not in the hopeful, not in the hopeful way that you would have, you know, you're hoping for, you know, but it's in the hopeful sad way. Like, I know she's going to be found, but it's just so emotional, you know, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. You feel the energy out here. You feel the sadness. And I just want this to be full of prayers for the family. You know, us as parents, we make many mistakes, right? We do our best and we pray to God our children survive, right? Let's face it. None of us have our perfect parents. I'm a step parent. I haven't even had children. I have 2 stepdaughters and 5 grandchildren, right? So I keep sitting here thinking, you know, this little girl, it's hard not to see our own children, our own grandchildren, our niece, our nephew. You know, it's really hard for us not to see that in these cases. And it's even harder because I'm not a really emotional person. I'm ooey gooey inside, but you know, I'm like I would say a Skittle, but I think I'm not chewy. I'm more like an M&M, right? I got the hard shell and I'm ooey gooey inside. I don't know what else to say. And so emotions is not something that I wear on my sleeve. You know, I'm Bullhorn Betty, right? But I'm an emotional person. And when I come out to these cases, I get angry because 90% of the cases I cover are preventable, guys. They are preventable. And unfortunately, this is happening all too often. All too often. You know what? Yesterday I got a call. Well, not really a call. It was a message from a mom. You know, a mom that has a problem with one of her teachers at that school, and he got just recently fired for messing with her daughter. You know, this is becoming too common. Too common. I don't know what's going on in our societal norms where adult men and women look at our children in a disgusting, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too graphic because of terms of service on both of these platforms, but I'll let you guys do your thing and come up with your own conclusion about that. But I just think this we have got to start pushing back on. We're seeing the result of us not standing up and speaking up more. So I just want to thank everybody that's here today. And it's unfortunate. I was going to go StreamYard so I could run on multiple platforms, but unfortunately, I'm not running on StreamYard because I can't zoom in, and we need to zoom in, especially being all the way over on this side of the aisle. Thank you. God bless you, Jen. Oh, Jen. Nice to see you. God bless you. So that's where we're at, guys. I'm just going to leave you guys for a few minutes. I'm going to go take some photography, and I'll get back with you guys in just a minute. This is kind of what it is. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on right now. We don't see a whole lot of search gear out here. We see a lot of personnel. Now, maybe they're on the other side of that dam, which is what I suspect. You know, Olivia and I are going to try to pull up, and we're going to go and get some other areas of... we're going to get to some other areas and see if we can get a better advantage point. But this is kind of where we're at. And again, you know, I kind of wish we could see something, but I'm glad that they're doing what needs to be done to find this little girl. I'm praying that she does come home. I have to think, just even last night, guys, you know, it got down to freezing temperatures here. When I woke up this morning, it was, what was it? When I woke up this morning, 34 degrees. These are very tough conditions for a young little girl. You know what I mean? So, and we already know based on Broadcastify, I saw the clips. Now that doesn't mean that somebody didn't, you know, manually edit those screenshots. I know people do it, right? It's sick. But it appears, based on this Broadcastify and the fact that some creators that I highly respect, such as Plunder on YouTube, has confirmed and corroborated this information to be true, that Stephen McDougal did confess, okay? That's what I'm understanding. He did confess. So we have an idea what kind of a situation we're looking at. And again, why I'm not willing at this point to really express my viewpoints on the family situation. I don't think I'm a time and place type of person, and I can't imagine the grief that they're going through right now, or the self-punishment each parent is putting themselves through at this moment. Stephen's mom was a victim too. Mike Stevens' mom was a victim too. Victim of what? I'm only getting bits and pieces. That's what I heard, Jeanette. I heard that he confessed. That's what we've seen posts on Broadcastify. Some people snagged the clip of it, but again, I'm very cautious anymore because people do stupid stuff to thwart these investigations and throw the media and alternative media like Chronicles of Olivia and I off. I don't understand why they would want misinformation going out, but it's for their own clicks and views to point out how many people got the misinformation wrong that they themselves put out just to get that. It's sick. These people are just twisted. Yeah, it's a twisted game, and I don't have time for it. I'm a content creator that comes out here and tries to bring you guys you know, quality views and commentary on active crime investigations. You know, there's no perfect sauce to this. In fluid situations, information is bound to be incorrect in part in some of these because some of the information is moving so quickly. Everybody's trying to get the information out to their audience as quickly as possible, and mistakes happen. It happens in every single fast-moving situation, and it's expected, okay? It's expected. Not too bad. Is the wind too bad? I'm with you guys. It's starting to feel it picking up a little bit. I know you guys hear the water crashing. Why the mom had no contact with her. So here's the understanding I have of mom, okay? And I want to be very respectful of mom because I think she's going to be the one that has the hardest part in all of this because she was barred from seeing her own daughter. Just for her daughter to be put in danger, you know, and she couldn't see her daughter. She never got to talk to her daughter. She never got to hug her daughter. She never got to tell her daughter that she loves her again, guys. That right there is cruel and unusual punishment if I've ever heard of it. I am so, out of all of this, I think the mom is the most innocent in part. She did have a drug problem. Many people, even in my chat, probably some people that are watching this case right now, have a substance abuse problem of some sort. Not everybody, but there's probably a few with the numbers we've got going on right now. And, it doesn't mean you don't love your child. It doesn't mean that you don't want the best for your child. It means you've got a problem that you're struggling with. I will be honest with you. This is a problem that I struggled with in my 20s, okay? I almost lost my life from substance abuse addiction, and multiple times, as a matter of fact. I'm not on the stuff that they've got going on now, thank God, because I would have probably been dead. But I have a new lease on life, and I'm going to use my new lease on life to give back and help others. That's what I do. And sometimes that's advocacy. Sometimes that's standing in the street with a bullhorn. Sometimes that is being the pimple on the butt of a politician, I don't care what it is, as long as it's for the good. I'm there. And this is something, we came to Texas for totally different reasons. Here's what, I kept this from my audience for long enough. I'll tell you what I was going to do. We came down here to go to the border, to cover the border crisis. That's what Olivia wanted to do. When I was in Tennessee, she begged me to come to the border. So we agreed to come to Eagle Pass, and I thought it'd be interesting. I hadn't been to the border. I've never been to the border. I wanted to cover it, and I wanted to keep it confidential. So we came out here for that. I didn't even tell my mods where I was going. And when we got here, as soon as the plane landed, we started getting Amber Alerts on our phone. And so we kind of ignored it because we were here. I didn't even post anything, as sad as that sounds, and people are probably going to say something to me about it, but I was here for a different reason. And when I realized the nature of this case and how old she was, and that this is truly an abduction situation and a grave situation, Olivia and I immediately jumped into action and drove the 4.5 hours away in the opposite direction to come out here and bring some eyes to this, to make sure that people knew what was going on. Because I'm sorry, there are a lot of creators out there, but I don't know them, right? I don't know their ability. I know Olivia's ability. I know my ability. I know the work that we do when we put our two heads together, and I know what we can accomplish when we put our two heads together. And it looks like they're starting to open the dam a little bit more, right? This bay right here is starting to come out with a little more water. For those on TikTok, you guys can't see. So that one right, if I can get my finger up far enough, there it is. This one right, number 2, right there. You see 1 and 2, right there. You can see the water kind of spewing out of it. Let me get you guys situated again. So again, I don't see any divers in this particular water. Now, on the other side of the dam, they very well may be in the water. But we have the other side of the dam that they may be working, and but we don't see any boats out here. We don't see any dive teams in this particular portion of the lake coming off of the dam. So the dam is where the bridge looking things are. That's what the dam is, and it holds water back. And it releases that water and lets it flow. So that retains the water and releases it in a nice slow current. Boy Mom 2, I am new to the case, trying to understand. Can you give me a quick overview, please? Okay, yes, Boy Mom. So this is a case of an 11-year-old missing child. She went missing on February 15th around 7 a.m. However, the issue is, in this case, nobody knew she was really missing until about 5:30 in the afternoon. She's 4'1", 75 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, and she went missing from what everybody perceived to be the bus stop, but I don't know if that truly is her actual missing spot, because she never made it to the bus stop. She never went to school, and her family didn't find out about that until she didn't get off the school bus. And then check this out. I think Stephen McDougal tried And the whole reason for all those semantics on the text messages was to try to make law enforcement look at her mother as the person, as the culprit. He is a scumbag. He is an absolute scumbag that should have never been out of jail. He should have gotten more years for those enticement charges back in 2007, 2008. But you know what? We didn't have the knowledge we have today. We didn't, back then we didn't understand those things. This day and age, we understand these people don't change. They don't get better. We have to lock these people away because they either it has to be DP or lock away. It's one or the other because they're not going to change. Now, there is another option out there that I've been hearing in the news. I don't know how effective it is, because they're still free and they're still able to do certain things. But from my understanding, it is to take the sensation away potentially. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's called chemical castration. And, those types of things, I'm all for, to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you. I think we need to do something with these kinds of people. This is a sickness, it's an illness, an addiction where they can't control themselves. Thank you. So this guy was a friend of the dad, not just a friend of the dad, boy mom. It was a live-in friend of the dad. It was a roommate. So who lived with them? So Lucky I just dropped. Give me just a second. I don't know who all dropped, if it was just one channel. But getting back to your mom, he lived with his mom in a nice home, a safe community, and he had this guy with him at his mother's home taking care of his daughter. This guy was assisting him in taking care of his daughter, sometimes leaving her there at the home with just him and his mother. Now, based on some of the text message information, he was responsible, at least in part, for taking her to the bus stops, at least this day. He admitted to taking her and dropping her off at the bus stop to Audrii's mother, which we know she never made it to the bus. Yes, devil doll, it's a pill to swallow, but again, not the time or the place to be pointing fingers. Let's get her found first, and then we'll decide where we go with our conversation from there. It sounds like the parents are cooperating. I'm a hard ass when it comes to our kids and parents putting their children in danger. But again, I do have a heart. But my heart only extends for so long when it comes to stuff like this, because I'm sick and tired of covering these cases, and I'm sick and tired of learning that this was all preventable just by a little bit of due diligence. Just a little bit of due diligence. Holy shit, Olivia's running. Olivia's running. What? All right, guys. Well, you know what? We were sneezing here, and I can tell you why. I'm looking at my phone, and I got pollen just falling all over my phone right now. If it gets into the way of the actual footage, we will. So that's where we're at, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to start getting some live shots, okay? right, guys, I just want to let you know we did get, we just saw canines load up on a boat. Get you guys turned around here. Got him going back in. All right, so they kind of got out of our view. I'm keeping an eye on them with my lens to see where they go. Looks like they're going over to the tree line. There they are. They're starting to pop through. So back to this. We'll let you know. No. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sorry guys if the images kind of suck. You guys, there we go. The imagery kind of sucks, guys. It's the best I can do until I get back to the office or get back to the room and can prepare you. I've been trying to get, I hear a helicopter. I hear a helicopter. That was a truck. That was just a truck taking some. All right. that. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized that. I've been here this whole time having a conversation with you. You guys didn't hear it, but I'm glad. Probably a good thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing tightened right now. Again, preventable people in this community. That's what I was saying. So I'm just going to say what I was just saying for the last 15 minutes. There you go. So what I was saying is this little girl is missing, which is a little sad, but it's not surprising. Every community we go into, there's a massive amount of people that, you know, don't watch the news. Let me just say it like this. There's a massive amount of people that don't have time to watch the news, okay? They're working 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. Let's face it. This is where we are today. Probably why this man had to rely on this to watch his kid, because he's barely making ends meet and he has to live with his mom, and he's just trying to take any help he can get. Either way, it's a sad situation, and again, it's an in-place issue. So let me get with Olivia and see how much longer we're going to be out here. Back here, we have some people that are showing up. We had some searchers come in, and that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm in the process of loading that video, and we're at 67% with the crap Wi-Fi out here. So you guys are going to be waiting just a little bit in order to get that. I just want to thank everybody that's tuning into this show. I do appreciate your viewership as we advocate for this little girl's return safely home. But as we can see, these folks looking in the water, it's looking very grim at this moment, and I just think right now we just need to have some prayer hands for the family, the extended family, and more importantly her young friends that are coming to reality about what happened to their friend. I mean, these are young kids, impressionable kids, you know, children that don't understand, and they're having to deal with some of the, probably the strongest grief that they're going to have to experience in their very young lives. And, you know, we just really need to wrap our love, even spiritually, as far away as we can on this community, on this family, and on the school district for this. I mean, her teachers. I mean, this is just awful. I know that There are some great teachers out there that love their students dearly. There's some that not so good, but you know, we're gonna say her teachers were wonderful. Okay, keep it open. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let me see if I can. I think they're just gonna wear on my stuff a little bit, but we'll see. So we got a lot of time. Alright guys, so this is going to be for all the people that are tuning into this story and that are wanting up-to-date information. We're going to stay live here for about another 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to move upstream where we believe there is a little bit more activity. We've got some searching going on there. Again, we were able to see the search dog and other law enforcement enter a boat and take off down the river on the other side where we have been for several days monitoring this story. And we are going to go down the river and continue to monitor the story. But what's going to happen, and you know, you guys to pay attention, is we need to have you guys come back here, because today it's going to be one of those days where we're going to be in movement. So that means that when we go live, we're going to be going live for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This might be the longest live you guys get for the day, but we will continue to go live all through the day as we maneuver and work around the Livingston area to see what type of searches they're doing. We know that they've got dogs out here right now. Saw a canine be loaded up on a boat, and that canine, we don't know if that's a water dog. We know that there are water dogs out there that are also decomp. They can smell decomp inside water areas. It's a specialized dog. I don't know if they have those dogs out here. I have to assume that they probably do at this moment. I can tell you at our hotel that we stayed at, there were law enforcement staying at our hotel. So we actually have law enforcement coming in from outer areas and having to stay at hotels as they assist local law enforcement here with resources and bodies as they work their way through this investigation and this tedious search process. Dam, right? This dam is a powerful dam, and it can make things kind of just tear apart and disappear. I don't know if she got that close or not. I'm praying that that is not the case here, but we just really don't know. We don't know anything. Law enforcement really isn't providing us a whole wealth of information. We're having to sleuth around at night just to get some details to provide you, because in light of law enforcement providing us, we got to go get it ourselves. And that's what leads us to the marketplace and leads us to that dumbbell, those dumbbells that were the weights for the dumbbell, or not the dumbbell, yeah, I think that's the dumbbell, that long thing. And we are able to see that he posted that the day that she disappeared. So it's concerning. We also have a post of him trying to sell his Suburban. So these are all key information and quite concerning red flags for somebody like me that covers true crime full-time. And these are things that concern me. These are red flags that led officers directly to arrest him. This is what they do, and this is why I get so frustrated when I see law enforcement and their dereliction of duty when we have cases like this and they have low-hanging fruit. They can put these animals behind bars, but yet they sit on their ass. They don't throw them in jail until they have all the information for the case they're going after. Thank goodness for Texas law. Thank goodness for this investigative body knowing to get off the street and finding a way to do that while they're able to maintain their search efforts and maintain the integrity of this investigation while they collect evidence against Don Stephen McDougal. Remember, they don't have to charge him, but when they do charge him, they have 90 days to arraign him. So there's the problem. They don't want to start that clock ticking until they have their I's dotted and their T's crossed. That's why they're not arresting him for anything just yet related to Audrii Cunningham. Law enforcement further told us that we need to be looking through our footage. We need to make sure if there's anything that can be perceived as evidence, you reach out to law enforcement immediately. If you've seen that blue Suburban, you reach out to law enforcement immediately. If you saw Don Stephen McDougal anywhere on the 15th, you reach out to law enforcement. They need your help. There's a $7,000 reward for anybody with any information leading to the arrest of the person responsible for these crimes. So let's go do it. I believe in social media. We're still uploading videos, guys. The videos are uploading at a snail's pace. I'm monitoring the situation. I'll let you know when it is uploaded. It's nice to see everybody. Guys, we are following the case of 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. For those that are just joining this chat, we are running right now on 2 separate channels, and I hope you all are here for some good information. We did get some things wrong based on other people's misinformation that was peddled out there to social media. We want to apologize for that, but we also want to state that that is exactly why we're back on the ground. When the Chronicles of Olivia and I are boots on the ground, we get the shit right. We get the information that you guys need. We don't ask for permission to disclose it. We earned it. We release it to you guys. There are some exceptions to that when it goes to the heart, to the integrity of the investigation. We have and will always withhold that information from you, but right now the information that we are receiving is not, well, it could be significant, but it's not confirmed, and so I feel comfortable releasing like the weights and stuff like that. We've done our due diligence to know that that is accurate, true, and correct. It's public information. It's not something that we acquired through unnamed sources or anything like that, which we do have, and we are constantly being informed of information, but some of that information we can't share because it will identify who is providing us that information. So we are monitoring it. We're looking for opportunities to bring it in when those opportunities to present themselves, to keep the anonymity of the people that are assisting us out here. But we are working very hard, and we are working around the clock right now to find information about Audrii Cunningham. What I can tell you is we're in the right place. This is where everything is leading back to. She is somewhere here. Now, there's one other concerning matter that we must discuss. The other concerning matter that must be discussed at this point is the fact that she also lived near water. And I don't know if the lake in and around her home has been searched. She lives right on water. He could have easily just came out here and dumped her evidence, backpacks, other items, and he could have placed her in a separate place. I don't think he would be stupid enough to put her that close to the house. But you know what? We dealt with Colin Knapp, and Colin Knapp rolled his girlfriend up, broke the fence on the back of his house, and walked her down to, we pointed law enforcement. We said she has to be over in that area. A day later, they did find her. That's the closest I've ever been to making contact with, you can imagine, making contact with Laura. So it's sad. It's sad because we learn all the time in school to fear the stranger, We're very rarely taught in school that we have, threats that could be from within, from the people that are responsible for keeping us safe, from people that we look as authority figures, that we look at as a parent figure. These are people that can pray, and we just don't advocate enough in our schools to make our children aware that if they see something in their home, say something, that they are loved, that they are protected. When it comes to somebody that you trust as a parental figure, such as a dad, or somebody like a dad's friend that's taking care of you, children need to know that they are trusted, that they can speak freely. And I don't know if that would have helped this case. I really don't. But it's just sad. It's just sad. right, guys, I think we're gonna kill it. We're gonna try to find a new location, and we'll come back live. Stay right here on the Bullhorn Betty's channel and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories channel, and we will have you guys back up here live as soon as possible. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for putting her face and her name out there across social media. Thank you for advocating for her, but more importantly, thank you for being decent people and caring enough to do these things and keep her name alive out there on social media and in the media. We need to bring her home. I feel like we're getting close, guys. I feel like we're getting close. We're going to go ahead and get set up somewhere else. I'll see you guys soon. God bless. Bye, guys. Why will it not turn off? There we go.